Hey, Mike Manrod here, aka Crude Solutions. Here also on behalf of Shama Woods, Ezra Woods, and also shout out to Biniam, Jordan, and our other friends who've helped us. And I'm here to provide a quick demo and teaser in advance of the framework we're releasing at B-Sides Albuquerque called AutoRMM. And we'll go to the demo here in a second. Now, AutoRMM is not because it's automated. It's actually a whole bunch of atomic scripts to test for flaws and basically your detectability of remote management tools in your environment that aren't your remote management tool. So again, it's a bunch of very atomic scripts, and again, it's called AutoRMM because it's no secret Ezra and I both like AutoHotkey and AutoIt a lot. Now, in a goofy note, I'm going to play a pre-recorded demo and narrate it because we're going to time travel a bit. I couldn't think of what to do with the dead air time of sitting there awkwardly while it, downloaded and installed. So we're gonna double time travel in this, and you'll even see in the video a Thanos style blip because I wasn't even patient enough. But again, if you look at it in terms of an infection or compromise cycle, these things are fast. If you look at it trying to get something out really quick that doesn't take a lot of people's time, time travel's your friend. So what we have here is RMM Central running locally by Manage Engine. And then we have a document kind of simulating the kind of cheesy stuff we see real adversaries doing, a little bit of adversary emulation, with a VBA script to launch upon open, and another VBA script to basically just pull down an RMM Central install file from a location I've staged it, and then do a not quite silent but nearly silent install. So let's go ahead and get that started. Um, Again, I'm picking the Manage Engine RMM Central example because it was the one I happened to be working on when I got bored, needed a break, and decided to play with some weaponized document delivery. It is not the best one to use for this if you are a red teamer, because that's why we needed to time travel. Note that it's like a 40 meg install, so it takes a long time to download. I tried other things with, base64 decoding and different things, and some of them worked better than others, but we'll time travel, or actually I just talk long enough to kill the time. I have a way of that for those who know me well. One prompt of user interaction. You can see our cute little, AI assisted, employee compensation calculator. Obviously, the mark of the web would be there. They'd have to click enable content, hence the social engineering. But in this case, I've obviously been tinkering with this for a little while, so it doesn't see it as a new file since I've saved it a few times. Now, again, we did have our Thanos blip there while I paused it for the agent to register. That takes a bit. And we can see we have our health dashboards. Again, it's actually a kind of nice UI. Like, I like the features of this. If you want an RMM tool, there's nothing wrong with Manage Engine RMM Central. It's quite feature rich, although the potential for abuse is definitely there. So we can see we have actions like, look at what you can do with a typical RMM tool if you abuse it. We'll start out by looking at like a little bit of abuse via PowerShell. And you can see, we have PowerShell command prompt, but it gives us registry, file manager, groups, hardware, software, users. Like, that is a lot of capability. Then we're going to go to actions, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Everybody likes and dislikes different movies, so don't hate me for saying this, but I love in like the 8th or 9th movie, or whichever one it was, of like the canon, where there's the cave and the dream within a dream kind of scene with the mirrors or whatever it is, doing a bad job describing it. But for remote screen share, I kind of like that screen, so I always try to redo it with sort of like the dream within a dream. Oh, it's trying to like record itself, and it just goes over and over again, and it's super entertaining. Or it's like those old retro flying games where you're like flying through the tunnel and it's super pixelated. But oh, there you go. That's that. And I'll pause this here. But basically, this was just a quick plug to talk about the project. I'll put the project link in the comments. Obviously, we're still tweaking and working on things. Use all these things responsibly and ethically. My views do not represent the views of any of my employer or any of my volunteer organizations I'm affiliated with. Use things ethically and responsibly. But for defenders, holy smokes, get on top of this, right? If you go to lolrmm.io, which we have listed on the GitHub, they have, last I checked, 272 remote management tools out there and available. It's nuts. And, maybe you use like 1, 2, 3, use things like application control or custom IOAs to make sure the ones you don't want can't run. Because if you allow them, they're valid software with a valid cert, and your various detection tools may or may not see various scenarios as malicious. So the key here is leverage LOL-RMM to create your detection logic. Shout out to Christian Talon and Actra as well for putting together some great resources on the Actra GitHub for some more granular detection engineering, and that's going to continue to get built out. And then definitely go check out our AutoRMM framework. Pick a few interesting ones, read through the READMEs and setup guides, and then test these out in your own environment. See, hey, how does my EDR react? How does my NDR react? What does this look like with my edge firewall rules? So if you take a look at this, this will help inform your detection engineering, help you educate your SOC, help you patch any goals. But as we've seen, like things like cracked Cobalt Strike declining in frequency, and there's a lot of reasons for that. That's maybe another video. We see the rise of remote management tool abuse skyrocketing. So it's a jungle out there. Stay safe. I really look forward to seeing you out at B-Sides Albuquerque, out at DEF CON, Hacker Summer Camp. We've got a lot of stickers we're giving away. 600 so far and another 600 that should be delivered tomorrow. But thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you have a great rest of your day.